Hello, good morning students. Myself Kanhaiya Jha and here I am on the channel Kanhaiya Physics. Today I will discuss with you derivation of law of refraction. That means Snell's law, how to derive Snell's law using wave optics. In the wave optics we have already covered what is Snell's law. So what is Snell's law? I am revising you here. Let's suppose that this is first medium. Let's say this is medium number 1 and let's say this is medium number 2. So there is two medium. So both refractive index will be also different. Let's say this refractive index is mu1. Let's say this refractive index is mu2. And we have supposed that mu2 is more than mu1. What we have considered? We have assumed that mu2 is more than mu1. That means refractive index of second medium is more than refractive index of first. So if this refractive index, that means mu2 is more than mu1, that means this one is Janssen medium and this one is radial. And we know that when any ray of light will change the medium, then it will bend. Here light is going from radial medium to Janssen medium. So when light will go from radial medium to Janssen medium, then it will bend and it will come close to the normal. It will come close to the normal. So see, you can see that this is angle of incidence, angle between incident ray and normal is known as angle of incidence. And when it is going from this medium to this medium, then light should go in a straight line. But is it going in a straight line? No, it is bending toward the normal. Clear? Up to this, we have seen this formula also in a ray optics, that what is refractive index. Refractive index is defined as sin I by sin R. Actually, this is a constant. For example, suppose that if this angle will be 45 degree. Suppose that if I is 45 degree and this angle is 30 degree. As I tell you one thing, that this is what angle of incidence, this is what angle of refraction. So can we say that angle of refraction will be less than angle of incidence? Can I say this thing? Why? Because here light is going from radial to Janssen, so it will come and it will come close to the normal. It will come close to the normal. So this complete angle will be how much? 45. So this one will be less than that. So let's say this is 30 degree. So if I will find the ratio of sin I and sin R, so in this situation I is how much? 45, R is how much? 30. So we will add sin 45 by sin 30 and this value we know. We will put and we will find the refractive index. So one definition of refractive index is like this, that refractive index is defined as ratio of sine of angle of incidence and sine of angle of refraction. There is another definition of refractive index also, and that is refractive index can also be defined as speed of light in vacuum. C means speed of light in vacuum. V means speed of light in given medium. Because we know that when we will change the medium, then the speed of light will also change. For example, in glass, the speed of light will be different than water. तो अगर हम ग्लास लेंगे तो स्पीड ऑफ लाइट कुछ और होगा और वाटर लेंगे तो स्पीड ऑफ लाइट कुछ और होगा. That means if I will change the medium, then speed of light will also change. And you can notice one thing, that if suppose V will be more, then mu will be less. That means अगर किसी भी मीडियम में स्पीड ऑफ लाइट ज्यादा है, if any given medium, if speed of light is more, then their refractive index will be less. But if speed of light will be less, कोई मीडियम है जिसमें स्पीड ऑफ लाइट कम है, then that means refractive index is more. इसी से हम पता करते हैं कि which one is optically Janssen medium, which one is optically radial medium. Optically Janssen means in which medium light will move slowly. If suppose medium is Janssen, optically Janssen, then what will happen? Light will move slowly. For example, in air, the speed of light will be more, and in glass, the speed of light will be less, because glass is optically Janssen medium with respect to air. तो air के respect में glass Janssen है. We can check from the velocity. If the velocity of light in the given medium is more, then the refractive index of that medium is less. If velocity of light in given medium is less, then refractive index will be more. That means refractive index and velocity of light is related with inverse proportion, indirect proportion. Like if one will increase, other will decrease. If one will decrease, other will increase. Now try to understand this thing. That what is this? This symbol is known as mu. Whenever I will write this symbol, now this is known as mu. You will see बिल्ली वाला meow meow. It's not like that. This is known as mu. तो इसको क्या बोलेंगे? Refractive index of second with respect to first. Whenever you will write like this now, mu21. You should write in your class note. Mu21 means refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. In some of the book, you can see the same thing we will write like this also. This is refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. This can be written as mu2 by mu1. Refractive index of second by refractive index of first. So mu2 is what? Let's say this is mu2. So let's say here speed in first medium is v1 and let's say speed of light in second medium is v2. So what we will write? Mu2 is equal to c by v2. That is what is refractive index? Refractive index is known as c by v. So here speed of light is v2. So mu2 will be c by v2. And mu1 how we will find? C by v1. What is the speed of light in first medium? So c by v2 divided by c by v1. What will be this? C by v2. This will go up. So v1 by c will cancel. What will remain? c will cancel. Only v1 by v2 will remain. So can we write this formula that refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium is equal to refractive index of second divided by refractive index of first is equal to v1 by v2 and is equal to sin I by sin r. So this formula you must have to keep in your mind. And if suppose I will cross multiply this thing and this thing. So mu1 into sin I is equal to mu2 into sin I. What is this? mu1 into sin I is equal to mu2 into sin I. So mu1 sin I is equal to mu2 sin I. This is known as Snell's law. This is known as Snell's law. So right, this is known as Snell was a scientist who gives this law. So this is known as Snell's law. These all things I have devised from wave optics. Now I will come to the wave optics. Okay, now try to understand this thing. Today my topic is derivation of law of reflection, that means Snell's law. Now you know what is Snell's law? Mu1 sin I is equal to mu2 sin R using wave optics. So we want to derive that thing using wave optics concept. So in wave optics we know one thing, that wave front is perpendicular to the direction of ray. यहाँ पे डायरेक्शन ऑफ रे कैसा है? ऐसा. तो वेव फ्रंट हम सीखे थे पिछले लेक्चर में बनाना. हाउ वी विल मेक? Suppose that two ray of light is coming like this. So on this we have to make incident wave front. So incident wave front how we will make? Wave front is always perpendicular to the direction of ray. तो रे ऐसे आ रहा है तो वेव फ्रंट क्या होगा? इसके perpendicular. Wave front is always perpendicular to direction of ray. So we will make a line which is perpendicular on this. So see, this angle should be how much? 90 degree. So this one will become what? This one will become incident wave front. Which one? Incident wave front. Achha. Now we want to make refracted wave front. Let's say that this is medium first, this is medium second. Let's say refractive index of medium first is mu1 and the refractive index of medium second is mu2. Let's suppose that the speed of light in first medium is v1 and the speed of light in second medium is v2. Let's say that this is rarer medium, this is denser medium. That means mu2 is more than mu1. I told you that if the refractive index is more, that means it is denser medium, and if the refractive index is less, that means it is rarer medium. So I have supposed that the refractive index of second medium is more than refractive index of first medium. That means this medium will become denser and this medium will become rarer. That means you can see that suppose that this is rarer, so this is air and this is glass. Then you will understand better. So when the light will come from air to glass, that means rarer to denser, then what will happen? Light will bend. This bending phenomena is known as reflection of light. So light will bend. We know. So this angle will be what? Angle of incidence, right? This angle is angle of incidence. How will you define angle of incidence? Angle between incident and normal is known as angle of incidence. If this is angle of incidence, this line is normal. Is it? See this line is normal. Why? Because normal, this is point of incidence now. Because the point where incident ray is hitting is known as point of incidence. So A is the point of incidence. So on the point of incidence, we have to make normal, and normal will be 90 degree on the surface. So on this surface, we have to make 90 degree. Like this. This is a line which is 90 degree. That means perpendicular to this. Angle between incident ray and normal is known as angle of incidence. Clear? Acha, this and this will be also perpendicular. This is incident wavefront and this is incident ray. Wavefront is always perpendicular to the ray. तो wavefront प्रोपोगेशन ऑफ रे के परपेंडिकुलर होते हैं. प्रोपोगेशन ऑफ रे ऑफ लाइट किधर है? इधर. तो वेवफ्रंट इज दिस, डायरेक्शन ऑफ प्रोपोगेशन इज लाइक दिस. So this is perpendicular. So angle between this and this, angle between this line and this line is how much? 90. If suppose this angle is I, so what will be this angle? 90 minus I, right? Because this complete angle is I, this much is I, so this much will become 90 minus I. If this is 90 minus I, can we say that this one will become I? Can we fastly? Why? Because this is I, this is 90 minus I, normal is perpendicular to this surface. Normal is perpendicular to this surface. So this complete is 90, this one is 90 minus I, so this one will become I. For example, think like this. If this angle will be 30 degree, so this will be 90 minus 30. Why? Because this line and this line is perpendicular. So this is 30, so this will be 90 minus 30. 90 minus 30 means 60. If this will be 60, this will be 30. So this is 30, so this is also 30. Clear? So this is I, this is 90 minus I, and this is I. This one we know. In my previous lecture also I told you that in the wave optics, how we will define angle of incidence? Angle between wavefront and surface. See, this is wavefront and this is surface. So angle between wavefront and surface is known as angle of incidence. Clear? Like that. This is what? Diffracted wavefront. What is this? Diffracted. Or write like this. I am writing the complete. This one is known as refracted wavefront. Clear? How we will make refracted wavefront? See, we know that when any ray of light will go from radar medium to Janssen medium, it will bend. So I will make it normal, and then I will bend it. This will also bend. And now what I will do? That now we know that this is direction of wave, direction of ray of light. This is direction of ray of light, and we know that wavefront is perpendicular to the direction of ray of light. So I will make like this. See, this angle must be how much? 90, because this is wavefront and this is direction of propagation of ray of light. So this angle must be 90. Clear? Second thing that you have to understand is that, let's suppose, can you see AP? AP is what? Incident wavefront. Now we know QB is what? QB, this is refracted wavefront. Let's suppose that light will take, see, up to here, this ray of light and this distance is equal. Which one is the extra? This one is the extra. That means suppose that if this is our first ray of light and this is our second ray of light, and if I will ask you a simple question, then tell me that which ray of light is traveling more distance. तो कौन सा ray of light ज्यादा distance travel करता है? What will be the answer? The answer will be second is traveling more distance. If I will ask you how much more distance, then what I will do? I will make a perpendicular on this, and we will see that this much more distance second light has to travel. तो मान लिया कि we are starting our discussion at t equals 0 second. So we are starting when at this point t is equal to 0. Let's say after time t, when the light will come from P to B, it will take some time. When the light will come from P to B, this point is P. This point is P. So when the light will come from P to B, it will take some time. Let's suppose 5 seconds. So in 5 seconds, how much distance it will go? So distance is equal to speed into time. How much speed I have assumed? V1. So V1 into T. So in T second time, how much distance it will go? V1 into T. Now tell me that in the same time, that means in the same T second, how much distance here light will go? More or less? this distance will be more than this distance or this distance will be less than this. This will be less. Why? Because this is Jensen medium, and when the light will go in Jensen medium, the speed of light will decrease, and when the speed of light will decrease, then it will go less distance. So what I have to understand कि 5 सेकंड में ये ज्यादा डिस्टेंस जाएगा, it will go more distance, and in 5 seconds it will go less distance. Why? Because this is denser medium, so the speed of light will be more. This is denser, and the speed of light will decrease, so it will go less distance. That's why you can see bending phenomena. So bending phenomena होता क्यों है? That means why refraction of light is happening due to the change in speed. This is the reason. If anyone will ask you that why refraction of light is occurring, what you will say? Due to the change in speed. That means when the light will change the medium, then its speed will also change. That's why light is bending. Clear? अच्छा, what will be PV distance? PV is actually what? This is a distance, and we know distance is equal to what? Speed into time. What is the speed here? The speed of light is v1, and how much time I am given? When the light will go from P to B, I am given t time. So distance is equal to speed into time. So can we write that PV is equal to v1 into t? So what will be AQ? What will be AQ? Here the speed of light is v2, and same time I am giving, so this will be v2 into t. Same thing here I am written it, that distance PB will be more than distance AQ. This distance is more than this distance because the speed of light in first medium is more than the speed of light in second medium. Clear? Okay. Now see, in triangle APB, can you see this triangle APB? If I will write sin I, so sin theta is what? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. What is perpendicular here? V1T. And what is hypotenuse? AB. Can I write this thing? Now see sin R. That means you have to see in triangle AQB. Can you see this triangle AQB? This is also a triangle, no? AQB. Can you find sin R? Sin R is again perpendicular by hypotenuse. Perpendicular is what? This AQ distance is how much? V2 into T. So V2 into T divided by AB. Up to this, any confusion? Okay. Here can we write, from this equation can we write, here I am doing this one. Can we write that AB is equal to, from here see, AB, can we write that AB is equal to V1T by sin I. This and this cross multiplication, so AB will come here and sin I will come here. Here can we write that AB is equal to, can we? V2T by sin I will come here, so this one will become V2T by sin R. Is it? Any confusion up to this? Let's say this is our first equation. Let's say this is our first equation, and let's say this is our second equation. Okay. Can I rub this one? Now see this thing. First is this is also AB equal this. This is also AB equal this. So LHS is same in both equations. As in both equations, left hand side is same. So right hand side will be obviously same. So what I will do? Can I write that? Right hand side is equal to right hand side. So V1T by sin I is equal to V2T by sin I. T and T will cancel. So can we write that V1 by sin I is equal to V2 by sin I? Can we write this? So can we write that sin I by sin R is equal to V1 by V2. See, V2 sin I is equal to V1 sin R. V2 sin I is equal to V1 sin R. Can we write like this? And sin I by sin R is equal to V1 by V2. This is Snell's law. Because sin I by sin R is also known as mu2 by mu1. Right? We know that sin I by sin R is what? For example, I am writing here. We know from Snell's law that sin I by sin R is equal to refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium, or we can write mu2 by mu1. So here, can we write that in the place of sin I by sin R, we can write mu2 by mu1 also. We can write mu2 by mu1 also. So can we write that mu2 by mu1 is equal to sin I by sin R is equal to V1 by V2. So see here, mu1 sin I is equal to mu2 sin R. So this is Snell's law. This is Snell's law, and we have derived this. We have derived this. So this derivation is also easy derivation, where you can derive that mu1 sin I is equal to mu2 sin R. Okay. So prepare this topic nicely, because this derivation is coming frequently in each and every board examination. So this derivation is very easy actually. Just if you will understand the figure, then what we have to do? We have to make sin I, sin R, and then results will come. For that you need to know Snell's law also. So thank you. Hope you have understand. If you have liked the video, please like, subscribe, and share the channel as much as possible. Please share this with your friend also, because in this pandemic time they can learn something at home. Stay at home and stay safe. घर पे रहिए, सुरक्षित रहिए. Okay, thank you.